Next item, Form Bs, and there's none of those. And then the, board transfer petition, do you want to explain that first? Or?
Yes, we have a board transfer. Ms. Yardley is here tonight. She receives 5 minutes to plead her case. The board denied her transfer, and with the LEARNS Act coming about, boards have to hear transfers if the superintendent does not approve or deny. If the superintendent denies it, they have to give a request. The way we have done it, the board did not pass a resolution for me to do those, so I just automatically, when they submit those to Ms. Carla at the front desk, I bring them to the board at the next regularly scheduled board meeting. And as been pointed out, if with the LEARNS Act, if the superintendent denies it, they get to appeal it to the board. But since our board is the voting entity, we need to give Ms. Yardley time to give her reasonings on why she would like for her children to transfer out of the district. So that is what we're doing tonight, is giving her that opportunity to, I don't know if plead is the correct word, but state her case to the board.
And I just want to read just a bit here before we start. I'll turn it over to you, Ms. Yardley. Parents and our students shall have 5 minutes to state the reason for petition transfer. Individuals shall not mention any individuals by name or position in their statements to the board. You've got 5 minutes.
I have a quick question. Can someone speak on our behalf?
No.
Okay.
If she wants you to.
Yes. Well, that's what I was about to say.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so my name is Lauren, just for the record, and I'm a family member of Bree and Stacey Yardley, which are the Yardley children of Wilfong, Wilfong. Little backstory: Brianna is a senior in high school. Stacey is in the 7th grade. So a petition at the end of October was filed to get Stacey and Bree transferred schools. They have had multiple incidents of bullying, to the fact that there's been issues on TikTok. The issues of the children being, or one of the children being searched in school because a bully has made a comment about one of the children having a vape, who's in the 7th grade, which amazes me that a 7th grader should even have a vape. But anyways, to the point where it causes an embarrassment to the child to get searched. It's not once, it's not twice, it's multiple times. There's multiple different instances of bullies. That has been reported. That's been reported to the principals, the staff. Multiple other staff members have even made comments to Brianna, who's a senior in high school, that she should just drop out and get her GED. That's alarming, because as a staff member, as a teacher, as a mentor, I feel like that shouldn't be said. If she's having struggles in the school, let's address it. The family have tried to address it. They have sought medical attention for the children, going that resort, going that route. But if there's an issue, not just at home, and there's an issue at school, the family has tried to address it, and it's not being addressed. The children have experienced a total of 6 family deaths in the last year, one of them being my own father. They're coming up into teenagers. They're girls. One of the deaths in their family was a suicide. One was a homicide victim. Two of them were car crashes. One was cancer. These children are suffering, and their family is addressing it at home. But one of the main issues is their education and their school. They love school. They want to do it. Brianna, who is a senior, who has been encouraged to just drop out, is already accepted a scholarship at Hendrix to proceed her education. Yet her staff members and her mentors are telling her, just drop out and get your GED. No, we don't want to do that. We want her to finish her education. If that means at another school, that's fine. Not every person has a right fit. Just like these children are not fit maybe in Rival anymore. So allow them to go get into another school where they can finish their education. They've worked hard to get where they want to be. Trying to make sure I covered it all. The encouragement here is, I feel like we need to focus on the children, and they want to do better. They want to go to school. They really do, but the bullying is the concern. And it's not just the kids, it's the staff members. And that's someone that should be a mentor instead of encouraging you to just drop out. Girls don't want to do that. They're already suffering enough. Please accept the transfer and allow them to go further their education. They're great kids. Heck, they're at home watching my 1.5-year-old and my 6-year-old run. Trust them with my life. They want to do this so she can get back in school, so they can get back in their extracurricular activities. They truly, truly want to transfer. And it was not approved or denied last time with no reason. If we can at least just get a reason. We want to help address these children. These girls need it. So, I will end with that. With our 12 minutes of spare, which I thought I had less than.
Can we talk about this in executive session? Or does the decision have to be made now?
Well,
I
we,
think,
I think we can go ahead and make
I think it has to be made. I don't think you get to do executive session. I don't.
I mean, when we talk, when we have executive session, when we discuss
No,
it.
no.
I don't, not that I've ever
Now,
done.
we've already made, I guess we have taken action previously. And would entertain a motion to change
Yes, that's what
basically change our decision, or we'll entertain.
Ms. Yardley had given me the name of a gentleman at the state who I don't know if that word's in your mouth, but you said he was very hard to get a hold of. And I've left 2 messages and I think I had the same experience she did. So that's when I went to Cody, and he's the one that told me, because we would still be waiting on the gentleman that she also waited on quite a while.
And
Correct. So that's who told me how to handle it.
no matter the decision, that the parent does have the right to appeal to
The State Board of Education,
State
yes.
Board of Education also. So at this time, I would entertain a motion, to change the previous decision, to deny that request.
I'll make that motion with the statement that I have a child also, and it's a scary feeling that you can't control where your child is or where you feel that your child is best at. And I think if we are looking out for the best interest of all the children, that includes if they want to go somewhere else. So I make that motion.
There's a motion on the table at this time.
So your motion is to allow the transfer?
Allow the transfer.
So there's a motion to allow the transfer at this time.
I second that.
We have a motion second. At this time, we don't have any discussion. We will have the vote at this time to, all those in favor of the motion to accept the transfer.
Can we discuss it?
Yeah, we,
I mean, I'd just like to know if they exhausted all their options as far as going to the teachers, if they addressed the teachers, the superintendent, they addressed all that. Because it's a process to go through before just coming up and saying, we want to transfer.
Can
go ahead, that's a question.
Have they met with you, Tish?
No, sir.
I have a letter that was sent to you last year on Stacy that kind of opened it all.
Last year, yes, last year with Stacy, and yes, last year, there was a search, and yes, she did have babes on her every time.
But that's when the incident, when,
That's not bullying, when she has something at school that she should not have.
but that's an issue that should have been addressed as with the parents. The
I call them
communication
every
was,
time.
but then a FINS report was done.
No, ma'am, it was not.
But you voiced a concern to just send her to juvie instead
No,
of addressing.
no, ma'am, I did not, because I do not have the power to send kids to juvie.
But you filed a FINS report
No,
on.
ma'am, I did not file a FINS
Can I
report.
finish my question?
Yes, you can finish your question, but I
You
will
just-
say I did not file a FINS report because it will be recorded at the court.
Did you recently just file a FINS, attempt to file a FINS report on Stacy and Brianna just last
No,
month?
sir, no, ma'am, I did not, but
That's-
Mr. Branch did for attendance, because Brianna hardly ever comes to school.
But could you have pulled Brianna to the office and said, Bree, what is going on
She
with
was
you?
pulled to the office multiple times.
And did she tell you what the issue was?
No.
Could you have pulled her parent in and said, let's talk about this? Because obviously there is an issue.
The parents have been called.
But did you set up a meeting and ask? Because I mean, there's
I
clearly
mean,
an
once we
issue.
make a phone call and tell them what's going on, and most parents do know when their children do or do not come to school.
She does.
And we have a policy, the attendance policy is after 6 unexcused absences, we are supposed to file events. That is the law.
Yes, I'm very, very well
And
familiar
so
with the
after
law.
she's missed all of those days of school, then that's what Mr. Branch had to do.
But how hard would it have been for you to call when you called
He
the parent?
did call the
Can I
parents.
finish the question?
I have a question, Tish.
Yes,
Was the school counselor involved?
I'm not sure, has the school counselor been involved?
I didn't,
So what's her education and role in this process?
as far as absenteeism or,
Well, I mean, we're aware that there have been tragedies in these children's lives, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we didn't seek the need
But
to,
some children, I mean, they're always available, but we don't go
we
pull
didn't
them
seek
out
the
of
need
class.
to go to Angela and say, hey, maybe you would like to.
Well, I
Here
can't
are
put
some
words in
issues.
Miss Angela's mouth because she's not here. She may have talked to Brianna, I
You.
don't know. No,
You did not.
no, I did
You
not.
did not.
But I can't say she has not. But most kids, when they need counseling, they go to the counselor. We don't just go seeking because they may be seeing counselors from an outside source, which it's unethical for kids to receive counseling from 2 different sources.
Can I add one comment?
Yes.
There wasn't a phone call that was received from some office staff member that said that Brianna was not in school. And of course, the parent has Brianna on Live 360 as she's an 18-year-old girl. Checked her location, saw that she was at school. So she called her and she was like, what's going on? Brianna was in the parking lot bawling her eyes out. And I feel like counseling, even just a teacher that has a contact with the child should have walked out there and been like, what's going on? Like, let's address this. But if you have a teacher who is encouraging you to just drop out and get your GED, why would you want to talk to a teacher?
Which I would say, I have no idea who this teacher may be, but I can assure you, if I knew who that teacher was, I would have a conversation because kids dropping out of school, it counts against our graduation rate. So we never encourage students to drop out of school.
And Brianna really wants to graduate. She wants to walk across that stage like she has earned it for the last 13 years. She wants to.
graduate.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? I'm gonna take an individual vote, for the motion. You say the motion is to accept the, board petition transfer. So all those in favor of the motion to accept the transfer, raise your hand. Those opposed? Motion
That's not
carried 4-2.
Is it under money? Is it losing 15?
Well,
I don't understand.
Okay.
Every parent has a right to choose where
and
they send
there
their
was
child.
there was a right before school started for school choice. There's a right there, there's a right to move, and we've not accepted or done board transfers. This
Well,
is
you know
just-
what, this isn't the past, this is the now.
The
I
school
understand,
This is the
and we,
new.
and we just had a vote.
A parent.
And the vote was,
If I was
It-
a
well,
parent of a
obviously-
child like this, I would be up here asking for help
Obviously,
as a parent, not leaving it up to an
if
18-year-old kid.
attendance has not been good, there's something
All right,
going on
let's
here
move-
that they don't wanna be here.
let's
So
move
don't
on
make
to
them
the,
be here.
let's move on